Hey everyone, Ed here with another how-to video from Driven Auto. And today we are talking about how to restore those crusty yellow headlights for cheap and permanently. Now, down in the description, I'm going to put the step-by-step process that I use to restore headlights, as well as links to the products I have found to be most effective for a cheap and permanent solution. All right, if you find this video helpful, please go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. That's enough chit chat. Let's get after it. Let's chat through the materials needed for today's project. A bucket of soapy water to prep the vehicle, masking supplies including a utility knife, newspapers or a plastic bag, and masking tape, wet sandpaper ranging from 400 grit to 2000 grit depending on the condition of your lights, and a bottle of soapy water, low lint or lint-free paper towels and isopropyl alcohol, and then a new coating to protect those lights. We'll talk about carnauba wax, graphene-induced wax, UV protectants, and clear coat. All right, before we get started, I wanted to give you guys a quick sneak peek into the results that you can expect if you follow this process. Man, those things look good. All right, and let's go ahead and throw up an image of the before. Check out those results. Step 1 is to wash and dry your vehicle. The purpose is to remove any contaminants surrounding your headlight prior to masking things off in the next step. Step 2 is masking off your headlight to protect surrounding body panels from being scratched during the sanding and polishing phase. Be sure to tuck the masking tape into any tight corners to prevent overspray when recoating, and press the tape down firmly to ensure proper adhesion. Step 3 is sand and polish. For this step, you'll need your bottle of soapy water, several grits of sandpaper including 400, 800, 1500, and 2000 grit, and a fine polishing compound to clear the lens prior to recoating. Throughout the sanding process, be sure to use plenty of soapy water to prevent contamination from building up between the surfaces, and apply even pressure across the surface in a circular motion. We'll start with 400 grit, which is abrasive enough to remove any factory UV coating. Then continue working our way up through 800, 1500, and 2000 grit sandpaper. Now, don't be alarmed when your headlight gets foggy. These are typical microabrasions that will become less and less noticeable as you progress. After sanding, spray down your light with soapy water and dry the surface. Next, grab a polishing compound of your choice and apply a small amount to a microfiber rag or applicator. Work the polishing compound into the surface with medium pressure and in a circular motion. Once the compound is dry, grab a clean microfiber rag and Mr. Miyagi that light until it's crystal clear. All right, so let's go ahead and chat about some recoating solutions. We're going to go ahead and work our way from the left to the right. The left is going to be the easiest to install, yet the most temporary, and the right is going to be more challenging to install, but more permanent. So starting over here on the left-hand side, we've got two options. We've got a Mother's Carnauba wax. It has some abrasive properties, which will take care of some buffing for us, as well as sealing it with the Carnauba. Love the Mother's products. This one's been around for a long time, and you can't go wrong. We also have Jack's Wax graphene-induced wax, which I've had great results with. The graphene properties are going to make it last a little bit longer. Now, with the Mother's, you're looking at about 2 to 3 months of protection. With the Jack Wax graphene-induced, you're looking at 4 to 6 months of protection. Now, moving over here to the middle in our UV protectant options. So, two different options here. We've got a spray application and a liquid applied application. Now, Meguiar's makes a great option. It is a spray-on UV protectant. It is very easy to install, easier than clear coat in my opinion. And you're going to get about 1 year of protection based on what the manufacturer says. Now, over on the right here, we have a Meguiar's liquid applied solution. This involves taking an applicator pad that comes with the kit, as well as the UV protectant. You put the UV protectant onto your pad, and it is a swiping motion from left to right or right to left. There is an overlap involved as you work your way from the top of the headlight to the bottom, making sure that you're following the contours. And these kits are actually self-leveling UV protectant. So it'll look a little funky at first, but give it a few minutes, everything will self-level out. Follow manufacturer's recommendations as far as cure times, and you get a really nice finish. You're gonna get about a year of protection. Then moving over here to the right, we have clear coats. Now, the first option is gonna be a standard 1-part clear coat. I've tested several. My personal favorite is Rust-Oleum 2x. Now, this is a 1-part clear coat. It has UV protectant properties. It is non-yellowing, and it is fast drying. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations as far as how long to wait between coats and what temperature and humidity to spray at for optimum results. And then over here on the far right, we have a 2K clear coat. Now, I did not have my favorite brand at the time, so we've got our Imposter 2K on the table. But the difference with a 2K clear coat versus the Rust-Oleum on the left is that you actually physically mix two chemicals, typically by taking a piece within the bottle, putting it on the bottom, popping it in, and then you mix it up per the manufacturer's recommendations. Same thing, make sure you're following recoat times, temperature, and humidity suggestions from the manufacturer. Now, the 2K clear coat is much more of an automotive grade clear coat, and it's going to dry much harder and last much longer and be more resilient for you. However, either way, both of these are going to last 5+ years. This is your most permanent solution and what I personally recommend for any of the recoating options here at the table. However, if you are not comfortable spraying a clear coat or if you have not done it before, I would recommend trying it out on a couple of test pieces. And if you're still not comfortable with it, go ahead and head back over to those UV coatants in the middle. They are an excellent option. Step 4 is recoating your headlights. I chose to recoat these lights with a 1-step clear coat. Begin by masking off the surrounding areas with newspaper or a garbage bag to avoid overspray. Next, using a low-lint paper towel and isopropyl alcohol, wipe down the headlight surface to remove any contaminants that might be left over from sanding. Allow the headlight to dry completely before applying your first coat. A good rule of thumb is to apply 3 to 4 total coats. In general, your first coat should be the lightest and your last coat should be the heaviest. Be sure to read and thoroughly follow the manufacturer's recommendations for recoat times, as well as temperature and humidity recommendations to ensure the best results. And don't worry about a little orange peel in your finish. Just wait until the product is fully cured and then hit it with another round of 2000 grit Wen sandpaper and the polish of your choice. I'm a big fan of slapping on a final coat of carnauba or graphene wax as well for added protection. Step 5 is to smile and enjoy, because you just restored your headlights for cheap and permanently. And I'm willing to bet the majority of the supplies were already laying around your garage. And that's a wrap for this how-to video from Driven Auto. I hope that you found the information helpful and had a little bit of fun along the way. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend. Until next time, you stay driven, America.